Lindemann, Krystal 93 News Director, in the studio today with John Truscelli, local musician, longtime local musician. John, thanks for coming into the studio today.
Thanks for having me, Phil. Appreciate it.
Oh, great to have you. And this is part of our series that we started this summer, our Local Musicians series. And of course, we had to have you on there because anybody who has caught music at around town has probably heard your name or at least seen it somewhere on a poster. Now tell me, in a typical week, how many gigs are you playing?
I'd say 4 or 5 a week, typically, during the busy seasons.
During like summer and winter when things are really happening?
Yeah, and really the off seasons are starting to kind of meld together also. So
well, right now we're kind of in off season. So what's your schedule looking like now? Is it slowing down, or are you still?
Not quite. Yeah, we stay pretty busy year round now, and travel a little bit on the shoulder seasons.
Good thing or bad thing?
Great thing. You can get away and go see California for a little while, or New Mexico, or tour some places that are similar restaurants or bars or venues, but in another state, and get to meet new friends and reach a larger audience. So.
Yeah, of course. Well, when I was interviewing some guys, they said that they don't feel the need to tour, at least not hard, because Summit County, with the amount of people we get coming in and going out all the time,
absolutely,
it's like touring anyway because there's so many new audience members.
Yeah, the tour kind of comes to you in Summit, which is why we've been lucky enough to play here for so long and always had great crowds and people that want to hear music. So it's a good place to live and play music for sure.
Yeah, well, a little on your background. How long have you been in Summit County, and how long have you been playing music in Summit?
About 21 years total in our fine county here, and I've played music about 15 of those, basically full time. And I've been lucky enough to meet good people who've started new bars and restaurants up here, and help them start music, and kind of been on the forefront of some of it too. So it's been really, really good.
Yeah, and along with that, I mean, I'm sure that you've been, seeing venues come and go and come, and things are changing all the time. What kind of venue do you prefer? What's your favorite venue to be playing? You don't have to name names, but just favorite type of venue, even.
You always like the listening crowd when you're a singer-songwriter, but the dance crowd is always more fun, and so you've got to just kind of play to the crowd. And my favorite is just the type of crowd that is involved with you in some way, shape, or form, and is just having a good time and requesting songs, whether it be your own songs or cover songs. And it's always really special to get a request from a friend or an audience member that is one of your songs. So that's a cool thing. Yeah,
it's got to be great to feel when somebody yells out that name. Give me whatever. Yeah, and you're like,
Around the Sun.
That's me. When you started playing music, was music something that came to you a little later in life, or was that something that you'd always done and just hadn't really performed?
It was more of a family thing growing up in a really musical family. My dad was a drummer in jazz band / big band, and my mom played piano, and my sisters sang, and my brother played guitar. So literally it was like the Partridge Family growing up for me. And I just kind of always loved music, and it's always been in my family and kind of in my blood.
Does any of your family ever come out and play with you these days, or at least catch you?
Yeah, my sister Gina Rose Percival, she's up for most of the original band gigs, and we've done a couple of Nashville trips together with some of our original music, and so she kind of got me into singing at a very young age. So it's really cool to go along the ride, having your sister there and hanging out and singing like an angel. She has a voice that you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, is she live here in Colorado?
She's down in the Pueblo area.
Okay, great. So she's around. Is she gig herself? Does she go?
She does. She plays in another bluegrass band called Fireweed, and they tour around and do a lot of bluegrass gigs and festivals and whatnot. And then myself and her and Jess Rose have done some Nashville trips under the name Johnny and the Roses, because they're both, it's Gina Rose and Jess Rose, so it worked out good to go with that name in Nashville, you know, kind of fitting.
Yeah, it seems like the sort of name that plays well in Nashville. When it comes to the type of music you're playing when you're, you know, gigging, just the sort of gigs you're playing normally, what sort of stuff do you lean towards? A little bit of everything, or do you got a genre that you'd like to stick to? I
definitely lean towards the, you know, Americana, bluegrass, singer-songwriter kind of sound, mostly because it's vocal-oriented, and those are the things I've always listened to and enjoyed, and I love singing with emotion and listening to people sing with emotion, and it seems to be easier to do with a lot of those genres. It's more of a organic acoustic sound that you can hear everything, you know.
Yeah, the vocals kind of take precedence over some masterful playing or some showy playing and stuff.
Exactly.
When you're listening to music on your own, who do you listen to? Whether that's influences or even just bands that you just enjoy?
You know, I've always enjoyed all the classics like Tom Petty and Neil Young, Bob Dylan, and great country artists, you know, like Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson and a lot of that, but you know, more up-to-date stuff, I guess, kind of follows with that alternative crowd, which is, you know, like the Ryan Adams and the Jason Isbell, and I love some Amos Lee, you know, as far as more of a soulful singer-songwriter, and the list goes on forever. Iron Maiden. I love Iron Maiden.
Yeah, you still got a little soft spot for metal on occasion?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. When you're writing, though, what sort of, you know, stuff do you find yourself drawn to? Obviously, you know, your influences it's heavy on the singer-songwriters, and especially storytellers. Do you find yourself when you're writing doing that storyteller sorting stuff, or is it a little bit more? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of storytelling, but also a lot of autobiographical. How do you say that word? I can't remember.
I can never get that one out either.
You know, it's about yourself. No, a lot of it just comes out. Whatever you're living or your life experiences, you know, come out in your songwriting. You know, so it's always cool to look back on it too and go, oh, you know, it means different things later times in your life.
Well, and 21 years of life experience here in Summit County, you know, not only, you know, being in the mountains, but also seeing the changes that come to a place like this. I'm sure that's ripe for material. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and it's a great place to flourish with, you know, arts and people come through here. And so, yeah, I've been lucky enough to do it and make a lot of friends doing it and not burn any bridges and just kind of, you know, it's a small town. So
yeah, it's
good to just make friends and do a lot of benefits. You know, I don't know if I've ever passed up a benefit I've been asked to do up here, and that's what we all do, you know, as a family up here, and a tribe, as Leon Littlebird would call it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and you know, and I was just going to ask you about the tribe, the scene here in Summit County. What has kept you around for 2 decades at this point? What?
Oh, the deep snow.
Powder days.
The powder days, yes, partly. That and just Colorado's my home, you know, and I love the seasons. I love the summer up here. The climate is ideal, and then, you know, the winters are just, you know, if you've lived here for a Colorado winter or two, you know that it's a special thing. So I don't seem to get tired of it for some reason. So.
Do you try and coordinate your gigs so that you're getting as much snow time as possible?
We do. Well, we actually play up at Copper Mountain at JJ's Rocky Mountain Tavern on Friday and Saturdays all winter. So, and through that we try to get the day in, you know, some turns in on the days, and then the tunes in after that. So we always call it turns and tunes. So.
Yeah, nothing better than being able to do that. Well, it seems like, you know, for anybody who lives up here, that's always the goal, is trying to find the job that allows you to ski as much as possible and still somehow make some money.
That's it.
At this point, is music your full-time job? That it's the one thing you do?
It pretty much is, yeah. I do a couple other things on the side, work over at the golf course and a couple days a week. That's mostly just for the free golf, though, right?
Again, you do what you can to get the freebies.
I'm a rich man who's a very poor man. Let's just say that. No.
Well, but when it comes to playing music, and especially here in Summit County, what have you done to continue on growing, to continue on evolving as the county evolves and everything else? What pushes you to inspiration wise?
Well, mostly all of the other players and bands in the county, that are we're all friends and we're all a big family, and I get to sit in with like Shaky Hand String Band all the time, and Frisco Funk Collective. I get to go sing quite a bit with those guys as one of the collective, and it's such a scene that we've all kind of just built together by all being friends and helping each other along the way. So, and
in your time, from what you've heard, of people who are trying, if you go off to Nashville or you go off to any other big music city, have you heard that it's the same sort of thing, or is it a little more cutthroat? Is it a little
definitely.
more? Definitely more cutthroat.
Definitely the complete opposite of that. Well, and also a lot of those, there's just so many more bands and players in those areas. Not to mention the talented ones, are coming out of the kitchen from the dishwasher and cutting your head on the guitar, and just smoking you, so it's like it's a whole different scene really there. Yeah,
it seems, when I've been talking to people, it always just does seem definitely like, the difference between doing something, playing a sport for love and playing a sport to win the World Series.
Yeah, right.
If you're in that place that you're doing the thing, you're there to win it.
You learn to do it, for the love of doing it, and to 5 people or 5,000 people, whatever's going on that time. It seems as if you find the right people to play with, and then you're in that moment anyway on stage, no matter what else is going on. So.
Yeah. Coming up this spring, or not this spring, coming up this fall and then into winter, where can people be finding you playing?
I've got Thursdays over at Silver Heels. I do that year round. Also doing some stuff over at High Side Brewing and Outer Range, Sauce on the Blue. I get over to Angry James here and there. Of course, JJ starts up in the winter. Snake River, Moose Jaw, anywhere they'll have us, we're there playing. No, we do get around quite a bit. RMU in Breckenridge. We've got some dates down on the Front Range too, but you can see all of them on JohnTruscelliBand.com or at the John Truscelli Band Facebook page.
Okay, yeah, go check that out. And tell us about the rest of the band. Who else are you playing with consistently, when you're doing those gigs like, say, JJ's or somewhere
Jess
else?
Rose, kind of the duo partner that we do a lot. She's violin and vocals. We have a cool duo that we do at Copper, and primarily that's kind of the duo thing we've been doing. And then, of course, Tyler Easton on the bass. I've had Leo Lopez on the drums lately, and Andy Sweetser also playing drums kind of when he can make it up. But just great friends and great musicians up here to jam with, singing a little bit with Brooke Harthen with the Funk Collective. And we've just been having a ball and learning new tunes and getting ready for a big winter, I think, for that project, too. That's Tyler Easton's project.
Oh, yeah, and I've been hearing plenty
Eric
about
James.
them, too. They've been playing around a lot. It seems like, again, every time I see some kind of lineup, their name's on there somewhere.
Yeah, we've been trying to get that name out there, too. So they do a great job of it, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you were going to be playing a tune for us here in the studio. What did you have in mind? Anything in particular?
Well, I've got a new video coming out, actually. We're doing a real music video. But we're doing that with Shane Morris, and he's amazing. We're having a ball getting that ready. And it's for the song Around the Sun. So I think I'll play that song today.
All right, perfect. We got John Truscelli playing Around the Sun here in the Krystal studio.
As the years go by, it's just a blink of your watery eye, comedy and tragedy, and keeping up with gravity. Yeah, we all bleed sometimes, so we keep holding on. Here we go around the sun. everything we've done. Here we go around the sun. And as the years go by, it's just a blink of your watery eye. And Venus flies by the moon, your flowers they will bloom. Yeah, we all need love sometime, and so we keep holding on. Here we go round the sun. Look at everything we've done. Here we go around the sun. Around the sun.
Great. That was John Truscelli with Around the Sun. John, and tell me, you said that that is going to be a music video here soon. Tell me a little bit about making that music video.
We've been working on it with Shane Morris and doing some really cool stuff here in the county. You know, just great places that we know of, little secret hideaways with great views, and just tried to capture the essence of the views up here. I know it's kind of the cliche, standing on a mountain, you know.
Hey, but when you live
video.
here,
Yes.
you live here,
When you live here, I'm just
works.
doing it in my front yard, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the sort of stuff that I'm sure that people will see it and they'll recognize, oh, I know that spot, or I know
Right.
that spot.
yeah, makes it kind of cool for a hometown video, you know.
Absolutely. And when do you think that'll be finished? Do you guys have a timeline?
Actually, I think in October here we're going to do a video release party, and I think we're doing that at Outer Range Brewing.
All right.
And we're going to show the video and have a show over there.
So keep your eyes open for that video release at Outer Range sometime this October, hopefully. And then also end of September, early October, you'll be meeting up with Shaky Hand String Band.
I think I might go
here.
tag along with them for a little bit. Yeah, they're cruising the West Coast right now. It's kind of hard to resist when all your friends are out there partying on the West Coast, and they say, "Hey, are you coming to join the party for a couple days?" And so I think that's probably the direction for the end of the month here. So.
Great. Yeah, heading out to the West Coast and then back in town for the start of winter season. By the time you get back, there'll probably be snow on the ground.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping.
Right? Fingers crossed for that. Well, John, thanks again for making time to come in, playing a tune for us, and, of course, talking a little bit about where people can find you. And finally, where can people find you coming up next? You know, it's going to be...
Like I said, Silver Heels on Thursday nights. That's a regular one from 6 till 9 o'clock, and that goes all year. And then usually I know by Thursday what's going on for the whole weekend. So if I see you there, I can tell you what's up for Friday and Saturday. But it's kind of scattered right now. Like I said, a little bit of Outer Range, a little bit of High Side Brewing, some Broken Compass, RMU, Snake River, October 19th, a couple of private functions around that same time, but we're definitely back around for the whole winter. So
great. So come on by Silver Heels in Frisco Thursday night, shake your hand, introduce yourself, and find out where you're playing that weekend.
Yeah,
great.
Please,
John, thanks again for making time to come in.
Thank you for having me, Phil. I appreciate it.
Of course. Great to have you. John Truscelli on Krystal 93.